Hello friends, welcome back to the Story Creator. Today, my name is Arun Hassan, and I am going to tell you a horror story of the Greenbelt Murmurs, the forest that calls your name. Let's start the story. They said the new 2025 Greenbelt protection laws were supposed to save the forest. Nobody said anything about the forest starting to speak back. Definitely nobody warned hiker that the voices they had appear deep between the trees would sound exactly like the people they loved most. So tell me, if you heard your mother calling you from the dark, but you knew she wasn't there, would you answer? In early 2025, the UK passes strict Greenbelt preservation restrictions. Entire section of the forest are now off limits. No hiking, no camping, no drones. The government calls it a temporary ecological safeguard. Local calls it suspicious. Despite the restrictions, people wandered too close. They returned pale, shaking, muttering the same phrase. The forest knows my name. Hey, okay, relatable. My microwave knows my name too when it beeps at 3 am. A wildlife group launches a drone near the border to test air pollution. It goes silent mid-flight. GPS freezes above a cluster of trees arranged in a strange, human-like shape. The last second of the drone footage leak online, static. Then a voice, a real human voice, a woman whispering, "Come back, please." But the group confirms we didn't record any audio. More hikers come forward. One man claims the forest called him using his late daughter's voice. Another swears he heard his brother yelling for help, even though his brother was in Spain. Quick question: why are forests always doing extra? Like just grow photosynthesis and chill, stop trying to form a chore. Authorities say it's wind tunnels, acoustics, pareidolia. But one environmental officer quits on the spot after inspecting the area. He simply says, the trees weren't supposed to look like that. A border ranger describes seeing the silhouette of a little girl standing among the trees until a gust of wind bends every truck at once, revealing there was no girl, only branch shaped like a person. And that's when the UK Environment Agency decided they need a field team. Scientist, botanist, audio analyst. People smart enough to explain this, but what they found made them drop their equipment and run. The investigation begins at dawn. The team steps past to the restricted zone. Microphones on, the forest is quiet, too quiet, even birds avoid it. Audio tech freezes mid-step. In his headset, a warm, familiar voice says, "I am proud of you." He stopped breathing. It's his mother's voice. She died 8 years ago. The botanist notices something wrong. The leaves on 20 different trees tremble at the exact same rhythm. Not wind, intentions. And listen, when trees start singing like a bow band choreography, you leave immediately. They reach the GPS coordinates where the drone vanishes. The trees here are arranged in the outline of the giant human figure: arms, legs, torso. But the branches twist inward as if reaching for something that isn't there. From the center of the formation, another voice echoes. A child crying, then laughing, then whispering, "Come closer. I missed you." He snaps pictures, then dropped his camera. He points at the bark. It isn't bark, it's skin texture. Not real skin, just something that learned to like it. Before anyone can react, the voice changes to mimic another team member, perfectly toned. Accent, breathing. The first repeats their exact last sentence as if practicing. They run, branches scrap, the ground behind them, not like falling, like walking. One scientist turns back just long enough to see the tree formation shift again. This time it looks like one of them. The team files a restricted report. No one mentions the voices, no one mentions the human-shaped trees. Official conclusion: drone malfunctions, natural formations. Sure, totally natural. A month later, a leaked audio file appears online. It's only 14 seconds long. But in those 14 seconds, you hear 12 different voices whispering the names of the investigators. One ranger quotes and posts anonymously. The forest isn't copying voices, it's recording them. And it only records when it wants to keep. Oh great! First, TikTok steals your voice with filters, now trees are joining the trend. Tourists now report seeing silhouettes like large wooden mannequins standing between the trees. They saw these figures disappear when approached. A couple goes missing after ignoring the restricted signs. Their tent is found, their phones, their food, but their footprints led into the forest and then stop. Right in front of a new tree formation, one that looked like two people holding hands. Hikers from the US report hearing voices in the exported audio recording from the UK. Voices whispering names they have never heard before. Until they replay it and realizes the voice whispered their name. A final leaked satellite image shows something chilling. The human-shaped tree forming a spreading, not random, not chaotic. They are forming a larger shape, a crowd, as if the forest is building an audience. Maybe the 2025 eco laws weren't about protecting the forest. Maybe they were about protecting us. But the barricades won't last forever, and when the forest calls your name, it already knows you will listen. If you ever hear a voice in the woods that sounds like someone you love, don't answer, don't follow it, and definitely don't look back. Because something in the Greenbelt is learning and it's getting better. Subscribe for more stories because the forest calls your name. So if you like the story, hit the subscribe button and like the video and also share it. And if you find any mistake in the video, let me know in the comment section and I will try to solve it in the next video. So take care. Bye bye.